Water and Sanitation Minister Pemmy Majodina has tabled her budget in Parliament to outline the department's key priorities and budget allocations for the fiscal year. So, most departments have been doing this. We also heard from Defence as well. This comes as the country struggles with water outages. That's the big thing. Failing infrastructure, which leads to high water losses. If you look about the city of Joburg, battling at the moment with water supply constantly, there are outages much due to leaking pipes, etc., etc. Then there's Mfuleni, which has seen a sewage and water crisis, I think, for the past 2 decades. It can be argued that these are municipal problems, and I get that, but what is the overarching oversight here? So when water is scarce or unpredictable, industry slows, agriculture suffers, I suppose, and job security deteriorates. Well, joining us is Minister Pemmy Majodina. Minister, hi, good morning. Welcome to 702.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Ray, and to the listeners of 702. Thank you for having me. I like your intro.
You know what I'm going to ask you, and I know you're going to say it's a municipal problem, but I mean, where do you come into this? Where does your department come into this to say to municipalities, you're broken? Can we help you?
Yes. Thank you so much. You know, Ray and listeners, it is important that first and foremost, I must outline that there is a mandate and responsibility of the Department of Water and Sanitation. That mandate is about water abstraction, it's about building water resource, your dams, your water treatment plants, and to regulate how water is used, issue water licenses. Then, who then is responsible for giving us water in our taps? The Constitution is very clear. Municipality supposed to take water from the reservoir to the household, to the tap. And why is that not happening? There are multiple challenges that are facing our municipalities. In your intro, you have mentioned some. And as long as the infrastructure of the water infrastructure is not maintained, is not fixed, then you'll always see the non-revenue water that is running down your streets.
Yeah.
What does that mean? We have water in terms of bulk water supply. We don't have a crisis on that, Ray. There is enough water when it comes to bulk water supply, which is given to municipality through our water boards. We do have that. Our dams are full; they are well balanced.
But where's the problem? Sorry, Mister. Why are we not getting this water coming out of our taps? I know it's municipalities, but what is your ministry doing to help these municipalities? Because the situation is just getting worse.
We can play our role as per the Constitution to support municipalities, and we are doing exactly that, to support, but we cannot take over their responsibility. Where they are supposed to fix their leaks, it cannot be us who come and fix their assets. We give support, we give them grants to augment whatever they have for the regional bulk water supply, for water services. We do that. We support municipalities. But when it comes to people who are supposed to have the technical aspects of water employed in municipalities, we cannot do that on their behalf. They're supposed to employ correct people with correct skills, and that is what is lacking. They must ring-fence money to plow it back to the water infrastructure.
But they're not,
unfortunately, we cannot do that.
Yeah, but Minister, the MK party, they're arguing that municipal failures are actually your problem. I'm quoting. They're saying it's actually your problem. What is your response to that?
They know very much that they are disingenuous about that. The person from the MK party, he knows, he was a councillor, he knows exactly that. He served in the water board, he knows exactly that. You know, the problem is that everybody wants to grandstand with the pain of our people.
Yeah.
want to grandstand. I said, the president said, let's fix local government. Let's ensure that local government get partners, because some of the municipalities, they want to deliver on their mandate, but they don't have revenue. Because the very clients are not, or customers are not paying for services. There's a lot of disruptions when it comes to water, but I do agree with you that our people need water. So what we have done now, we have profiled 105 municipalities that are performing dismally. Myself, the MEC for the Minister for Culture, the Minister for National Treasury, the Minister for Human Settlement, and the Minister for Energy were an interministerial committee that is supposed to bring our resources together and see where can we intervene on these municipalities. For instance, if you know the municipality of Machabeng, we have spent 5.4 billion in that municipality in terms of assisting them. There are a lot of municipalities that were giving support, but when it comes to that water coming out of the tap, we can play our role up to a particular extent.
No, I get that. I totally get that you are intervening, and that is good. Mfuleni. Now, Mfuleni, I went through your budget quite extensively, and you are giving Mfuleni some attention. You speak about Rand Water. What's the backstory?
Now, the story about Mfuleni, as you know, that we had to come in and attend to their sewer lines, upgrade their sewer treatment plants. Now, Mfuleni, when we intervened on Section 63, and at a particular point we must leave Mfuleni. But when we leave Mfuleni, it's going to collapse. Hence, we brought in Red Water. And a week ago, we have signed with Minister of Finance a special purpose vehicle, wherein the Mfuleni have agreed in the council that they need to be assisted. So we're putting a special purpose vehicle that will focus only on water and sanitation. So that is supposed to be up and running to assist Mfuleni to be out of the situation they are.
Yeah. Minister, what do we do with this situation? Let's be honest about it. How do we fix the overall situation? What's a silver bullet here that's going to come into this to say that in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, the Mfulenis and the Johannesburgs of this world don't exist anymore?
They do exist in terms of municipality. We have the institutions, but the capacity and the capability of that municipality is what needs our attention. I agree with you. The MEC for Kokta in Gauteng, for instance, he is hands-on, Honorable Mamabulo, in working with Mfuleni. We need extra technical services in Mfuleni of people who has a technical know-how to deal with water issues. If we can fix that, if we can fix the leaks, then we'll be done. We agreed in the sanitation in Daba that within 6 months there were non-negotiables, 12 non-negotiables, and by end of September we'll be assessing that other municipalities are at 40% in terms of implementing a non-negotiables. So this is part of a non-negotiable of this SPV to Mfuleni and other municipalities. But the issue of maintenance, Ray, that we're not talking about, we lose water because of lack of maintenance. When we conduct maintenance through Red Water, everybody cries, but you are going to bear the fruit, because now the maintenance, the major maintenance that Red Water has is the maintenance that of putting 2 pipelines, so that when we maintain, the residents must not feel it. But we get blocked when we want to do that maintenance. And that is important, that even municipalities must follow us by making a point that they do scheduled maintenance and not compromise infrastructure.
Do local municipalities have the money for this? And as much as I will take a dig at the city of Joburg, because they are falling behind, but it seems to be after the population has expanded dramatically over the past 3 decades, they can't handle this. It's as simple as that. They can't handle this. How do they pay for this? Should your department not come in and say, we will have to help you, because they are failing?
You are right. Municipalities don't have enough revenue to meet the demands because of the growing population, illegal connections, and everything else. However, according to our budget, we can only assist with a very limited a budget to certain areas, but we cannot take over their responsibility. That is why COGTA becomes very important.
Yeah.
Most of the challenges that I have, that I respond to on a daily basis, they are not Department of Water related. They are COGTA and municipality related. Unfortunately, there's separation of powers here. There's local government is a sphere of government. We can give support, but cannot take over their responsibility.
Sure.
unless we amend the constitution, because that is the constitutional mandate for them.
All right. One more question, something I do need just to change tack a little bit. Criminal syndicates, you get the water mafia. You get these people who go in, they create these problems so that they can send their own people in to fix them and make millions. What have you seen and what are you doing about this?
You are spot on. Mafias, water tankering mafias, what we have said, and other municipalities like eThekwini, they've already done that. We said to municipalities, enforce water tankers. Have your own water tankers that are going to intervene on emergencies. But what we have seen is that the water infrastructure gets vandalized deliberately. But unfortunately, we're unable to arrest anyone because no one wants to come forward and say we saw them. So we're chasing shadows. We don't know exactly who the person is. But what you are saying, it is happening across the country. People are buying new trucks, water tankering trucks to tender in municipalities. The members of parliament, the community of Tshwane are making a call to say do away with water tankering tenders and enforce. That is what municipalities are supposed to do. But if people come as whistleblowers to tell us we are ready, we have informed a SAPS that we want to declare the issue of vandalism by through water tankering as a grave offense and people must be persecuted. But not unless we know who is doing that. But these people do those things in where communities stay, but communities don't want to come forward and tell us.
Gosh, there's so much to talk about this morning. Minister Pemmy Majodina, thank you so much, Minister of Water and Sanitation. Good to have you on the radio this morning. I do understand the frustration that you are seeing. I do get it, but there is a national crisis when it comes to water. And just perhaps, like we've had with the KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, just perhaps we can have someone who actually comes forward and talks about the water mafia. Wouldn't that be refreshing?
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions.
Your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.